I'm standing in front of one of the most infamous mental institutions in America. Letchworth Village was a mental institution established in Rockland County, New York in 1911. Modeled after Thomas Jefferson's estate of Monticello, it spanned over 2,300 acres, and it was envisioned as a picturesque model institution for treating children who were developmentally disabled or mentally ill. Initially, the facility received praise for being a humane alternative to high-rise asylums, which were commonplace at the time. Playgrounds were attached to each wing of the building, and patients were given some degree of freedom to move about. The land also doubled as a farm, and those who were able to worked the land to grow their own crops and feed livestock. Over time, however, the conditions at Letchworth Village sharply deteriorated. Reports of abuse by the staff became frequent. Patients were often neglected and deprived of food and water for days on end. Overcrowding also became a significant problem, which combined with the chronic lack of funding, strained the facility in its ability to provide for its patients. Patients who died at the facility and went unclaimed by their families were buried on the property's grounds, with only numbered metal stakes marking their graves. U.S. Senator Robert F. Kennedy tried to raise awareness of the appalling conditions at Letchworth after he visited the site in 1965.
We have a situation that borders on a snake pit. Many of our fellow citizens are suffering tremendously. Both need a tremendous overhauling. I'm not saying that those who are the attendants there or the ones that run the institution are at fault. I think all of us are at fault.
Crucially, however, the staff did not permit Kennedy to bring cameras inside the facility, which limited public scrutiny. In 1972, ABC investigative reporter Geraldo Rivera and Congressman Mario Biaggi arranged a visit to Letchworth Village. This time, the staff permitted them to bring cameras. They correctly assumed that the staff were only doing this so that they could dress up the institution beforehand to make it look more presentable and humane. To catch the staff off guard, Rivera and Biaggi arrived 2 hours earlier than they had planned to and caught all of the horrors of Letchworth Village on camera.
Inside we have housed the children of many of our citizens who are subjected to what appears to be the worst possible conditions I've ever seen in my life. I've visited penal institutions all over the country. I've visited hospitals all over the country. I've visited the worst brigs in the military. Nothing's like it. I've never seen anything like it.
The scenes captured prompted widespread public outrage and led to a wide array of mental health care reforms in the United States. Shockingly, though, Letchworth Village and its horrific conditions endured. Overcrowding and abuse remained, and the attempts to acquire funding for the facility were met with sharp opposition. Letchworth Village was shut down and abandoned in 1996, with the few remaining patients being sent to more up-to-date facilities. Today, the site has fallen into disrepair, its present state reflecting the abuses that once occurred inside it. Several development projects have been proposed for the former site of Letchworth Village, but none have gotten off the ground. The towns of Haverstraw and Stony Point maintain the old facility, and many people still visit the old cemetery to leave flowers in remembrance of those who suffered or perished here.